Hello everyone and welcome to EPS Momentum webinar. Today we're going to prepare for earnings season that is starting up in a few days. Welcome. I'll wait a few seconds for people to join, but I hope you all have created a login on the platform and that you're ready for this earnings season that is going to be very interesting in my opinion. Okay, so let's get started. First off, I'd like to tell you that there's chat rooms on the platform, silver channel, bronze channel, depending on a subscription. You have different chat that you can chat with people directly on the platform. So let's get going here. Couple of things on the application. You have the markets page, the monitor page, and the screener page. You have 3 pages that are by default. On the markets page, you can monitor indices, news, sector relative from each other, normalized. And then you have stock scanners. So the stock scanners are, you can pick down volume, up volume, 52-week high, power days, breakout for the top 500 or the large cap or the liquid US, and you can get all the stocks that are breaking out significantly, like this one or this one, for example. Right. So this is very powerful. Picking up your stocks, the best stocks that we can find out there, and then you can go into earning momentum. So earning momentum is our model that identifies key stocks that are in good. See green and green here, double green. So EM 30. So EM is between between minus 50 to plus 50. And the timing momentum is what you would see here. If I click on it here, timing momentum, we'll spend a second on it, which will tell you whether it's a good timing or not to get into a stock. So without further ado, let's talk about earnings. So earnings, you have at the bottom an earning calendar, which tells you who report earnings when every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Can go next week or the week after. You can see that it's getting crowded as we enter the month of October. So you have the full list of names here. What is very good here is that you have the revision score since the earning day. So I'll go in a second what's the revision score. And then you have the price change in the last 5 days. So as we go as we approach a couple of days from earnings, you will see these metrics, be more and more useful as we're a few days away from earnings season, from earnings of every single stocks. Okay. So let's get going. We said earning momentum. So I want to spend some time on earning momentum. I spent a second. Earning momentum takes a couple of things. So let me just pull up the matrix here. You click on earning analysis, and that will bring in this earning analysis, this grid here. So this is basically the earning matrix, which tells you earning per share, 631, sales, 15 billion, 15.5 billion, and profit margin and free cash flow, right? So those are the 4 numbers that we take to compute the earnings score between minus 50 and plus 50. Everything below 0 is just ignore it, like ignore the score. Ignore the stock, it's maybe not worth your time for you to study that stock. Everything between 0 and 20 is already very good. That means that one or two of the variables, that is earning per share or sales, are in true breakout. And then the other ones, profit margin and free cash flow, are in good shape. What we like here is the ability to see, for example, 631 here is the latest number. 392 is the quarter before, a year ago, and the growth was 60%. So that is very important. This is what we track. The growth and the acceleration was 51% compared to the previous quarter. So it is accelerating and growing. So this is exactly what you want to see. And maybe it shows in the stock price. So the stock price is EM34. It's been down, but then retracing and up right now. So yeah, this is useful to use and to see, and you can see that on any stock. So any stock that has an earning, you'll see the EM, and then you will be able to assess whether you're picking a good candidate or not. We can pick another one, FIX, Comfort System. Look at this. It's been. We can go back in history. We have EM. Look at that. We can go back to EM31 here at 90 or $100. Or EM15 was positive, and then $100. And now it's an $800 stock, so it went up eightfold. Pretty impressive. Okay, so let's carry on with this. So earning analysis is one thing. The other thing that we do is we obviously look at timing. So timing here is the timing momentum. So you'll see a stack up 5 different analytics: the trend, the price momentum slope, the relative market rank, and the slope version of it, the power days, and then the EMA 2015. So what we see here is a couple of things. The trend is really the yellow, meaning consolidating, green, positive, bullish, and red, negative. So the trend is based on a little bit of a band that is based on the average true range and the moving average 20 days that follows the stock. So we have that average true range band. If the stock goes above that average true range band, then it will rally up. And if it goes below, it will obviously fall. So something very simple. It's a little bit erratic sometimes, but the good thing is identifies the consolidation zone or the zone where kind of nothing happens or it's kind of dormant. Things like here, and then all of a sudden it breaks out positively. So this is very useful. Price momentum slope is the price momentum, so it's the acceleration of price, the rate of change of price. So it's 2 different rate of change that we compute to calculate the acceleration. So obviously, if it shoots up like this, it's very high up in green. That's it. And if it corrects, it corrects. But yeah, it gives you a good indication of what the price is doing from a momentum standpoint. It kind of matches what the trend is, somewhat, not always, but yeah, I mean, this is a second useful indicator. The third one is the relative market rank slope. So the relative market rank is the as it says, the relative market. So we take all the stocks compared to the market, compared to all the other stocks, and we rank them from 0 to 100. If you want to pull up that signal, you can go into relative market rank here, and then you have the score from 0 to 100. This is a 76, 85. So you see when it starts to rally, the price also rallies, and it is the composite of 4 different relative market rank: the 1 year, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 month. They're all here: orange, yellow, gold, yellow, orange, and red. So the 1 year is the red. And you can see them all stacked up here. It looks messy, but not really. If you follow the bright one, that's the 1 month. Then the gold, and then the yellow, that's the 3 month, and so on. So when you see the 1 month pick up, that's a pretty good sign for the stock. Okay, so let's turn these off. They're very powerful, you'll see, but let's turn these off for now. So we've done the third one, and the last one is the power. I mean, before last is the power day. So the power day here is defined by an abnormal volume or price on any given day. As you can see, there's only a few days during the year where these things happen. Um, and and yeah, I mean, it tells you what the trend is, how the trend could be going up or down. And obviously, if it's a red P, it's a downtrend. If it's a green P, it's a positive trend. The number here is the number of standard deviation that that shock was about. Most of the time, they grouped. So there's a battle between a bull and bear. So here the bears are clobbering the stock, and then the bull come back in and force here and push the stock higher up, and it leads to a rally. So usually the P here means rally for quite some time, not just a day or two, but really for quite some time. So for example, here P, rally for quite some time, and then a correction here, then a green P, and then red, red, red all the way. So that's big negative. And the last one is the EMA 2050. So if it's above if the 20 is above the 50, green. If it's below the 50, red. Very simply. This indicator is very does not it's not too volatile. Of course, the period is bigger, so it helps you focus on positive periods and negative periods. So, for example, these guys all 3 or 4 positive, and that was the fifth one to become positive. So that would be like a full green light. Okay, so we've done this. We've done the earning momentum, which you can see on names like Nvidia, for example. We can see that the EM for Nvidia got really. You got to go back further back, but really EM 20 Nvidia was $6, right? So now it's about 188. Proof is in the pudding. Okay, so that's useful. So now I'm going to explain the concept of the earning estimates. So this one, earning per share revision score estimates from Zacks, which is one of our sources. We also have another one from FinHub, so it's a different source that you can get the estimates from, and you can just pull both of them, and that will give you 2 versions of the revision score going back or going in the future. And this is one line that tell you how the revision score has been evolving over time. So that revision score is what? Revision score is the estimates from that's the estimates from from the analyst. So let's have a look at it. Estimates revision. Let's pull this one up. Actually, let's make it a little bit bigger. So estimates revision, what is it? So let's focus on earning per share. This is stock price in red. This is the earning per share in revisions here. What we can see for NVIDIA is that the revision score for earning per share changed since the earning date, which was on the 31st of July, is 895. So it went up 895%. And over the last 90 days, it went up 10%. So if we pull up the last 90 days, which might have been here, the last earnings are the dotted line. So the dotted line is the earning. You can see it's been up about 90 days was about here, and actually about here, and then it went up 10%. If we take the second source, we get a 39 and a 29, so it's 2 different sources here. But it's good that we have the same number of analysts that are converging or saying the same thing. For sales, it's 13% and 20%, so still very positive. And we can also see the trend for the sector. So NVIDIA, AVGO, TSM, AMD, we can see all the earning per share and sales revision score change and price change associated with price change. So that's useful. So for NVIDIA, we also have the analysis about what is the analyst concern about NVIDIA. what is good, what is bad. So in the last earning call, analysts raised a few concerns about China export control, Spectrum XGS opportunities. Some recurring concern was the Blackadder ramp up and supply chain, which is always an issue, competitive landscape, and ASIC. So you can just bring that document up and read it. So this is based on the earning call transcript from the company. There's concentration of issues as well. There's also exogenous and endogenous analysis. So basically, all the problems for the entire sector, or are the problems just for NVIDIA, right? Exogenous versus endogenous. So that's the analysis here. And then we go through all the questions and we see if how was the response from management, how was the tone of that response on a scale from 1 to 5, very optimistic, or neutral. So here we have a question where it's kind of neutral. So he's asking about the revenue growth split. Blackwell is a primary driver for data center and networking growth, with Hopper still contributing, but less significantly, right? So that's it. So color from the analyst, color from their estimates, analyst estimate, and then you have all the numbers here. We also have the consensus. So this is telling you whether analysts or agree or disagree. So you have the agree or disagree thing here. And you can go and flip into annual or not. You can see that for 2027, some analysts do not really agree much. So there's a little bit of a dispersion. So this is paramount if you want to look at a stock. So I can pick, say, Microsoft, and I can look at the revision score here and here and see the growth of that revision score. So this revision score here is rising upward, and as well here, and the stock price as well. So it's usually mimicking or leading the stock price move in an important way. Now, this is contained in your quote here, where you have all the important metrics, everything that composes the timing momentum, which is here a red, by the way. Um, and it's here red, and also tells you if you outperform the sector or the S&P. And here the EM here is a red as well. So the numbers that we discussed are here: earning per share growth, earning per share acceleration, annual earning per share growth. I want to see some greens here, a lot of double-digit numbers, and that would tell me that it's a great stock. I'm not too concerned about the beat or not beat or miss. This is something that we don't really like at EPS Momentum, because you could beat and then the CEO 20 minutes later could say something for the guidance that disappoints, so won't help you. So beat and miss is something of the past, which I think, it's a normal exercise to, um, give a bonus to the analyst, I guess, see if they're right or wrong. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's that really useful. So let's go to the screener and start filtering on what's important here. So you would click on filters here, and then you would pull up your filter. So I'm going to clear out. So this is the categories, the various categories you can use. These are the fields you can use. These are the column set, the columns that you're using. So we can remove some of the columns here, like starting with a clean slate, just a price change. And we can start with earning momentum. Here, EM earning momentum. So earning momentum, here's the column. I can filter and I can ask for earning momentum to be at least 0, which is useful. And now I went from 4,512 stocks to 1,100, right? By the way, the market cap here is by default is $5 million, but you can increase it to 200 million, like a billion. So let's pull it to about a billion. Is that a billion? Yeah, about a billion. Okay, so now we have 581 stocks. So right there, having a positive EM really filters out noise and stocks that are interesting straight away. So that is very good. The second thing you want to do is you want to look at revisions, estimates, revisions. So you have estimate revision score in value or in change, right? Change in percent. So change in value is the field you want to use. And here you have it listed, red, negative, green, positive. You have the revision score from 7 days ago, 90 days ago, from the earning day, and from the calendar quarter, right? So we're going to go with earning day and see since their last earning day, how was that revision score? Okay, very important. So we want that revision score to be at least positive, right? Call it call it 0.1, at least one little positive notch up, right? So 367, right? So that's this. What I am going to also put, and you filter it here, is the 7-day revision score. So I want to know in the last 7 days, which are the stocks that reported, that get their earning revision score increased. Same for sales. So sales revision score change. We can have the sales revision score here, 7 days and earning day, and the 7 days and from the earning day as well. And what I'm going to do is same thing. I'm going to ask for it to be at least greater than 0. And now we have 325 stocks that have positive sales and positive earning per share revision score in the last quarter, plus a positive EM, right? So that is very, very good. Then I want to potentially have the power days because I want stocks that are in a positive trend. So I want a power day trend to be positive, right? Because why not? Let's focus on stocks that are going up and up. And here I have 143 of them that are positive, and with all the criteria that I put in before. And thirdly, I want the timing momentum. To be positive. So I want time momentum is this number is between 0 and 5. So of course 5 greens, 4 greens, 3 greens, 2 greens, 1 green, therefore 4 reds, and so on. So what I want is at least the timing momentum to have a number 3, which is 3 of the 5 indicators to be positive. And I also want to have the timing momentum direction to be positive. So that means that the timing momentum in the last 10 days have been improving, right? So let's say it went from 4 reds to 3 reds to 2 reds, so just improving. So at least by 1 all the way to 4. So now I have 64 names that I can pull up a chart for on the side. I'm going to remove the quote here and see if they match, if it matches what we're asking. We're going to remove this name, which is pretty long. Okay, let me remove these 5-day change. Okay, so let's focus on the TM, positive TM. Actually, let's focus on the revision score. The highest revision score in the quarter is RUN, RUN, Sun Run. What we're seeing here is, so the highest revision estimates score. So let's pull up the data. Pull up data here, data set here and here. There you go. So we have very positive earning per share revisions, and interestingly enough, very negative sales. Actually, these are those. I want to put the Zacks data set, not the FinHub one. So let's pull the Zacks, see if it's the same picture. It is kind of the same picture. So sales are more flattish, maybe upward a little bit, and earning per share are erratic, but lately upward. So that's what pushed the stock price up. Look at this rally, this jump here, really pushed the price up on this day, specifically with about 8 standard deviation, which is impressive. And it went from 9 to 20, so basically 100% in a few days, just because it was a positive bow day. So here I'm really identifying positive trend, positive stocks, great estimates revisions, both earning and sales, and yeah, what do we have here? So we have a pristine earning per share revision score going higher up. We have an EM 20. It's been kind of plateauing for a while. Progressive Corp. But yeah, we something something positive here. A little bit of a consolidation. See how it's yellow all the way, and the moving average is not really an advantage here. But yeah, let's carry on with Sienna. So Sienna, what we get here is, this is really high up. Hold on a second. Let me just zoom in there. There you go. Okay, so we get a positive little revision score, positive sales, really, really nice. Lamb Research. Lamb Research, we get a revision score as well, positive. The stock is on fire, literally up 50% for the quarter, and sales are up and up and up. It went EM24 here, so it tells you what it's supposed to tell you. It went full green all the way, all 5 green there. Cannot be any more positive than this. Rallied, and then consolidated a little bit of negative feel here, but an EM38, probably one of the biggest EM, the best EM out there. And then we have more names, MU, NVIDIA, Datadog, and so on, right? So then the next question is, okay, which one of these stocks is the best, right? Now that I have my 5 criterias, which one should I buy? I mean, if I had to weight all these criteria with some weights, which one's the best? This is why we have a scorer here. So you click on scorer. And then the scorer, you will run it on the variables that you picked. So here I can run it on, let's say, the revision score, sales, and earning per share since the earning day. The higher the better, the higher the better. Earning momentum, the higher the better as well. What else can I do? And I can run it on the timing momentum is a little bit of a shame because it's really a number of between 3 and 5. So you can, if you want. Maybe what you can do is you can put like a lower weight, maybe 5%. And what I like to see also is a trend in the revision score. So you would click on those copy icon and it would copy the 90-day sales revision score change and the 90-day EPS revision score change. So I just want to make sure that the sum is about 100, which is not, it's 130. So I need to trim that down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 15, 15. Actually, I'm going to make these guys heavy at 20. Let's take that back. 20, 20, 5, and then 20, and 20, right? And now it's 100%, so I'm happy, and I can click run, and now it will rank and score all of the best stocks in the order of the weighted criterias. So I end up with Sienna, which is probably the best stocks out there. It's actually a rocket ship, definitely. EM29. The interesting thing is, when would I learn about this stock? So first, as I said, EM greater than 0, you will learn it about here, EM17, about that date. But that date will be all red, right? It will be all negative, red, don't invest, all the way where all of them start turning green. And then you would just figure out then how they will be the last nail in the coffin that will say, all right, this is clearly an uptrend. So uptrend, 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 all the way, and then EM29, which is a slam dunk again, an uptrend. So yeah, definitely a good candidate here. MU, same thing, high up, and so on. So what I can do as well is, because I want to focus on stocks that are have a distance to their high that is not too um, um, that is, I mean, I don't want to specifically stocks that are making their high. Of course, it's better the stocks that are making their high, but I want to be restrictive and say, you know what, I want stocks that are making their high, their 52-week high, but are actually about so from 0 is their high, and I want stocks that are within 10% of their high, right? And I'm okay if they're not making the high. I'm okay about that because I just want stocks that are in that range, right? So here I have it. I have Nvidia here, right there, which is obviously one of the major stock. Okay, and what else we have? Lam Research. We have DoorDash. I mean, these stocks has just been on fire. And what's interesting is we just filtered on estimates revision from analysts, so the best estimates revisions, and from earnings per share and sales. So if you do that, you already have done 80% of the work, and that simplifies your task of finding great stocks greatly. All right, so once you're done with this, you can do what you can do is you can obviously save this. You can send any of those stocks to any monitor you have, add to monitor. You can download it. You can download the result of the screener in a CSV file, which is pretty cool. And you can drill further. So you can go into bringing the news here. And as I click on NVIDIA, I get NVIDIA news, right? Or I get all the news that I want here, or if I can select the news for a specific sector, say technology. And also I can select only the positive news or the negative or the double positive, right? And here I have all the very, very positive news. And I can filter by Lam Research, for example, on the 29th. Deutsche Bank was divided to buy NVIDIA, strategically into AI, OpenAI, right? So that's positive. So yeah, so this is again very powerful news. Very shortly, we will release our AI analyst. So AI analyst will let you dissect an earning call into, let's say business background or guidance, and by business segment, you can enlarge the document, have a read, or you can just pull it up full screen and read the guidance, the projected revenue, a sequential increase, and then in a table compared to its competitor. So it's very powerful. You will get the AI analyst here that will look like this, where you can dissect the earning call into various items and see the result. So in a big page or not, you have the actual document on the side, so the earning transcript. You can click on the AK and see the form AK, thank you. So that's the source document, that's the summary document. So really, really useful and handy, and summarizing all the documents for you very quickly. All right. So I guess that's it for me. Let me know if you have any questions. Doesn't look like it. And thank you for attending this webinar. And I hope you will make good usage of this platform and find great stocks.